Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good evening, or good night, whichever part of the world that you are joining us tonight on, because it is 8:53 p.m. on the eastern coast of the United States for us. I'm Ryan.
I'm Jacob. And we're here once more with our SRQ PokeVets. Unfortunately, Cookie, who's supposed to be our regular co-host, was not able to make it this week. I believe he has some kind of conflict. But he should be back with us next week. So, not really much to talk about this week, in all honesty, Pokemon-wise. Like, we got some new cards for the next set, for Battle Legion, next Japanese set. Ryan's, you've been grinding the team challenge for one of our local stores, so I'm curious to see how that's going for you. Doesn't sound very good.
I am a loser.
Don't say that.
Yes.
Well, speaking of team challenge, I want to talk, at least have a little discussion. I really wish Cookie was here to have this because he would also be really good for this. Talk about online versus locals versus big tournaments in terms of testing, quality of competition, etc. Yeah, just what we think about each of them. Like, what is? I think obviously the best one. The answer is obvious, but we'll get to that when we get there.
Yeah. So I can definitely rant about online if you want me to.
Let's hold off for a second.
Well, I mean, it's a short rant. It's just online to me is all about supposed to be fun. It shouldn't be held for tournaments. It shouldn't determine high stakes stuff because it's not randomized like the program is saying. You know, when the new program comes out, Pokemon Trading Card Game Live, you know, that I'll give a chance. But Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, not random. The winner is predetermined by the system before the match officially starts. When you guys are like loading in, that loading screen is like, okay, flip a coin. Whoever fucking wins, that, you know, our coin flip, that's who's going to win the match, basically. Not the coin flip to determine who goes first or second. The coin flip that you don't see. Because, I mean, I've gotten to the point where I've won so many matches, and it's like I get them down to no cards in hand or something, or I Marnie them because I know they have the card in hand, and they have so many cards left in deck, boom. They get the fucking card they need, but they only have one of them left in deck. So it's like, how did that happen? If I just Marnied you, you shuffled, and then you speed energied, and you got two cards, you're telling me that card just magically went to the top. The online is shuffling, not cutting. So if it had an option where your opponent could be like, okay, cut the deck now, I think it would be a lot better. But, you know, that's the end of my rant, because I don't think it's legitimately randomized. I don't think really you can sit there and play and be like, okay, fresh deck, shuffles for you, you know, I can win this. No.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go in stuff that I'll probably take the fastest to the slowest. New cards from the next set, Battle Legion. We're getting more character rares. Thank you, Pokemon, for continuing these. These cards are so pretty. We're getting more cards to promote Arceus. Going down the list, the first one that I just want to bring it up because I feel like people are going to try with this card, and I don't think it's going to work, and that's Vespiquen. Vespiquen is a stage 1, 120 HP grass type. For that first attack, which is for a single grass, Honey Rush, 60 damage times. So you may reveal any number of honey, a new item card from the set, from your hand. This attack does 60 damage for each card revealed this way. So at most, you're doing 240 for a single energy, which isn't bad, especially for a single prizer. But there is no item searching in this format except if you run the Drizzile line, and we're losing that this upcoming rotation. So
there
I
is
know.
I mean, you can search cards, but it's a gamble with Cram.
Yeah, but even then, I
There,
don't think it's worth it.
there's also another search card that is a computer search, but it ends your turn, and that's Team Camping Gear. And I was like, someone played against it or played it against me in a team challenge, and I was like, oh, that card's pretty useful, but sadly it ends your turn. But I mean, if you play that on your first turn, you're getting
You're
what
pretty
you
solid.
need. Yeah, exactly. But
Yep.
yeah, I mean, granted, a lot of the search cards are gambles right now. It's just, I mean, yeah.
I mean, like I stated, we're losing Drizzile with this upcoming rotation. We're losing that whole Shady Dealings line. So
Thank God.
a lot of the search in this format is going to die off, or it's going to be a lot less reliable. This could be a cute card, especially because Grass is going to make a resurgence in the next format, and that's the new Virizion V. 200 HP basic Pokemon, mostly for the ability. Grassland Wind. Your Pokemon with grass energy attached to it cannot be affected by special conditions, and if they have any, heal them. That could be a cute card in Shaman or Leafeon decks moving forward, like as like a one of. I don't see it like actually use an attacker or anything beyond that, but hey, could be okay.
I swear I was just reading a card that says basically that same exact ability, but I think it was from Brilliant Stars.
I do not know what card you were talking about. I mean, could we talk about Leafeon itself?
I don't know. I'm probably just. It was an ability that said basically can't be confused if any of your Pokemon are confused.
Oh wait, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh my god, I know the card too. I just can't think.
I swore it was Grass, but I'm trying to remember what it was.
Anyway, while Ryan's trying to remember what that card is, we know what the current character rares are going to be for the next set. These next 3 cards are all going to be character rares in Chandelure, Weirdeer, and Cleavor. Oh my god. Honestly, Chandelure and Weirdeer, like, neat little abilities, but I don't think they're worth it. Cleavor is the card I want to talk about. Oh my god, this card is fucking funny. 140 HP basic Pokemon, stage 1, false
Oh
Recycler.
my god.
Double colorless. Flip 2 coins. If both their heads, your opponent's active is knocked out. That card will be played. I don't care if it's good or not. People are going to try.
You can just play the double turbo, right? Or the twin energy, right?
And what's it called? I was actually talking with our buddy Steven Richardson about this card when it was revealed. And what is the card? There is a stadium that is still legal that lets you reflip coins. I don't remember which one it is off the top of my head, but that's going to be important for this deck. I want to try to see if I can make this work, because this card is really funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I got a card.
Oh.
It's 2 below. Miltank. Single prizer.
Why?
Ability: prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon V. 2 or double colorless attack. Take about 10 plus damage. This attack does 20 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So, granted, you're only doing 100 damage or 110 damage if it has a full bench, but you're
That doesn't
blocking
matter if your
that.
opponent can't attack you.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, because everyone's gonna be hitting that Pokemon V cards. I mean, but baby, Pokemon are coming back with a vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like a lot of people are gonna be playing Charizard, Arceus, Leafeon. I mean, you name it. You name any of those big contenders. I know people are going to try to, counter them, but they're still gonna be playing. I mean, me personally, I'm gonna be playing Charizard. So, I mean, I'm a fire player, so
I'm gonna be rocking that single strike life, which can get past that ability. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna feel bad because I have to, because the amount of resources I need to use. But hey, it still gets through.
yeah, for sure.
And I'm building that set to Scorch Life. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it's gonna be a good deck. So I hate the fact. So something I've been noticing with a lot of these leaks recently, or these reveals, they are really trying to make stall or control come back reliably. Because the reason I say this is because of we talked about 2 weeks ago with Roseanne's backup, with the Roadblock Stadium. Obviously, Hammer is still in the format and will be for a while. It's going to be very frustrating. Plus, hey, we got an even better Ice Pops in Honey. Choose one of your Pokemon, and then flip a coin until you get heads. For each heads, heal 40 damage to that Pokemon. This card is gonna be so annoying.
But I mean, I guess, yeah, because it's the same thing as Lucky Ice Pop. Because Lucky Ice Pop says flip a coin, if heads, put it back in your hand, and you're just gonna keep playing it.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I mean, not the best card, but also not the worst. All right.
I wish you could just throw a handful of dice and just be like, okay, well, 4 out of the 5 were heads, so we're gonna heal, 160 damage, and then.
If only it worked like that.
Yep.
So, do you want to go over the second to last card? Because I definitely want to talk about the last card. Do you want to go over Starmie? Or do you think it's not worth it?
Oh, Starmie, the one I'm, like, staring at because of the character rare. So, character rare Starmie V. Let's over-sexualize Misty again because she's 12 years old on Pokemon. Like, it's always been a thing. It's always going to be a thing. I mean, they're always going to put every female character in a bathing suit any chance they get. I mean, they've
been better recently. They've been better.
Yeah, but I mean, I do believe that there was a Japanese Misty trainer that she was naked. So
Misty's Tears, yes, that's why that card did not come over to the US. At least that art.
Yep, and
I'm not joking you when I tell you this because you know what I do for a living. I see that card every single.
Yep, and I own one.
Of course you do.
And I wanted to get what's it called, the thing on the back that just says Naked Misty. But anyway, double colorless Swift, 50 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness, resistance, or any other effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So, I mean, it gets through stuff. Yeah. 2 water energy spiral, 50 times damage. This attack does 50 damage times the number of energy attached to your opponent's Pokemon in play. So, like, imagine playing against single striker Shifu that has that 4 energy on it to do the 270 damage. You know, if you're able to get the 2 water on there for Starmie and they're not able to attack yet for whatever reason, you know.
I personally think it's too clunky to actually be good, but hey, cute little card.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's that's definitely going to be a collector card for sure.
Oh,
That's going
definitely.
to be.
Oh, if you want to talk about chase card, oh boy, the last card that was leaked, Garchomp V. They got my girl Cynthia on a card, on a character rare, finally. Again, though, I wish this card was better. God damn it, Pokemon. 200 HP basic Pokemon, Garchomp. For a water fighting a colorless, 120. Can't complain. And then for water fighting colorless, discard 3 energy from this Pokemon, do 220 to one of your opponent's Pokemon, do not apply weakness and resistance for bench. This is better than the Garchomp we were talking about a few weeks back in the actual Brilliant Stars one.
Yeah.
I just hope there's a V-Star that makes this card worth playing. and that just hasn't been revealed yet.
But let's look at the good part about this. Garchomp. Yeah. You zoom in on that picture and you look at the bottom, there's no weakness and no resistance, so still no fairy types. I know they said they weren't going to bring them back, but it's Pokemon. They're unpredictable. They bring shit back all the time. You know.
I do like the fact though. The thing that frustrates, and I know they're not doing this anymore with the introduction of Brilliant Stars. Why couldn't they make this card a Rapid Strike? That would make this card so much better.
Nope.
No. How would it be no? That would make this card so much better.
Yeah, I know, but nope.
Yeah. Although I will say though, I mean, we still do have Melanie. We do still have like cards like Rose and other like kind of awkward energy attachment. So it can work in the right list, but it's super awkward.
Just play unlimited version and play Lieutenant Surge, and you can play all the supporters you want.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. That's it for the new cards that they revealed. There's a few cards we missed because as of today, actually, the full English set list for Brilliant Stars dropped. And as I'm scrolling through the list, like I said, a lot of stuff we already covered in our set review, so there's not much to talk about. But there is a few cards that I want to bring up. The first one, I'm just bringing it up because one of my coworkers and a fellow player at our locals, Tim, absolutely adores Morpeko, and they revealed the Dark Morpeko. He is confirmed to be in Brilliant Stars. For double colorless, bite and run, it's just a Volt Switch, 30 damage and switch. And then for a dark colorless, 120. And if you play Marnie's Pride from your hand, it does 120 more. So 240 on a V, and you can knock out a Mew. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Especially with a dark patch confirming to come out in Battle Legion in the next English set. So we'll be getting that soon.
And I know we talked about it in our last one, and I was concerned that it wasn't going to be in the set for some reason. But Mimikyu, my gracious Mimikyu V and VMAX are
we're getting the character rares for them too, which is nice.
Oh yeah, with Acerola.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Then beyond that, there was a card I briefly saw that I wanted to talk about, and that was we're getting a new Zamazenta, who is very interesting. 220 HP, Zamazenta V, Royal Stance. You can use this ability once during your turn. If you do, your turn ends. Discard your hand, draw 5 cards, and then for metal and double colorless, it's Revenge Burst. It's a card that we talked about last time with Shaman. Don't need to get into it. But honestly, could Zamazation be a good deck again when this card becomes legal? Or you think it's dead in the water because fire is just going to be too oppressive?
Yeah, fire is going to kill metal. There's no... I mean, the only thing that's helping metal is coding energy, but at the same time, hammers and fans exist, and it's
Yeah.
very, very simple to get rid of those energies now, and it just doesn't matter. It's fire's just gonna destroy metal.
Yeah.
Like that, like when I said I don't know why people play Zacian and Zamazenta still like religiously. I mean, like I get it. It hits hard. You can win with it. I'm not saying it is a bad deck. It's just it's it's not a tier 1 deck. It's not a tier 2 deck. I would say a 3 at best. You know.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've never been impressed with that deck. It's just annoying, pretty much because of the old Zamazenta. Again, that's rotating in a few months, so we won't have to worry about it anymore. Uh,
oh, I just read a trainer card that we didn't talk about before.
is it an item? Because I think I'm reading the exact same card.
It is an item.
Oh, okay. How about you go about this one? Because I know exactly the card you're talking about.
Number 131.
Yes, sir.
Blunder policy. So it's a tool. Unless you're Honchkrow V, you can only attach one tool to your Pokemon that doesn't have one already. You use an attack on the Pokemon this card is attached to and get tails. Draw 3 cards at the end of your turn. Huh.
You know,
Interesting.
when I saw this card, my heart actually became happy for a second. I was like, "What? They're giving us weakness policy back?" But I was like,
Yeah.
then I immediately got sad when I started reading. I was like, don't get me wrong, this is not a bad card, not in any way, because hey, get 3 cards for 50-50 chance on a coin flip. That's not bad at all for attacking.
Oh yeah.
And it just says use an attack. It doesn't say you have to do damage, which is really important.
Oh yeah. 100%.
I
Oh yeah. Ultra Balls are going up in price. Sorry.
naturally. Yeah.
I just want mine to go up.
I know. I know.
They're almost at 50.
So beyond those, did we talk about Team Yell's cheer? Yes, we did, because it can't loop itself, thankfully.
Yeah.
So also one quick rundown regarding the character rares that will be available in Brilliant Stars. So by the way, so you and me talked about this briefly offline. The birds, the Galarian birds, are our secret rare baby Pokemon, which is
The birds.
awesome. So I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of very disappointed in this first round of character rares because we're only getting 30, and maybe a third of them are actually playable.
Yeah.
Like, so for those that don't know, we're getting the Flareon, the Vaporeon, Octillery, Jolteon, Zekrom, Dusknoir, Dedenne, Alcremie, Ariados, Houndoom, Eevee, and Oranguru as the baby Pokemon character rares. Out of those, only 2 of them see play? Maybe 3?
Yeah.
With the Octillery and Rapid Strike decks, your boy has a Houndoom he's going to get graded from the Japanese set, which is going to be great. And then the Oranguru sees some fringe play, and the Dedenne as well. Actually, no, it's not even the Mad Party Dedenne. That sees 0 play. Never mind.
Gross.
So, yeah, like, not impressed by this batch. There's a lot better baby Pokemon they could have chosen.
Yeah.
Out of the Vs and the VMAXs, they did better. Honestly, all of the Vs and VMAXs they did are playable and are played, because we get Bolton, which I think is going to be very good when Brilliant Stars comes out because of Raichu. I think Bolton is going to make Raichu a very good deck.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities for a lot of these decks do very high potential. You know, it's just got to see what those pro players are gonna be playing, see what cards are gonna jump up in value, and we got to see what we can make to counter them.
Yeah,
for them cheaper decks.
We're getting the Sylveon V and VMAX. I still don't understand why they chose Valerie, why they couldn't do Diantha or someone like that, but it is what it is. We're getting, like you talked about, we're getting Mimikyu, V, and VMAX character rares. Probably the most wholesome of all of them, not gonna lie. We're getting the Urshifus, which makes me really happy because both of them are great. And the Rapid Strike VMAX is beautiful art. And then we're getting Umbreon. Oh god, another reason to make Umbreon even more expensive than it already is. Thanks, Pokemon.
Have you heard about the character rares that are supposed to come out in June?
Like what, from VMAX Climax or the new ones?
The new ones that are going to come out in June.
I have not.
Well, do I have a surprise for you?
Oh no.
Do you have anything else before I go on?
Real quick, for those who also didn't know, we're getting the gold rares, but it looks like we're only getting 2 of them per set. So with this first set, we're getting the Urshis in gold, which both look really nice. And hey, bling out my Steelcheck Urshifu deck. Will not complain about that. Yeah, that's all I have about new cards, unless you got something.
Okay. So reading off a website for just Pokemon leaks and stuff. I'll just start from the beginning. It says special Pokemon TCG sets like 2021's Pokemon Celebration set are usually released in February. There isn't much information about the special set that is currently slated to release on June 17th, except that it will feature a new type of product named, and let me warn you that this is not a new type of product because the name is not new. Like, all right. The product named Team Up Collections.
Wait, what?
Except that it will feature a new type of product named Team Up Collections. That's not new, Pokemon. We had a set called Team Up.
That sounds exactly like what happened with the Reshizard and the Pikarom collections. Literally the same name.
But here's where the next part, it kind of explains a little more. Based on the number of character rare cards that will be missing from Brilliant Stars, combined with the product name implying the Pokemon featured may be teaming up with their trainer, it's possible that the Team Up collections and the rest of their special set may include the character rare cards that Brilliant Stars won't be able to include.
Oh, okay.
But I laugh at their whole a new type of product name, Team Up. No, bitch. It was already called Team Up.
Yeah, now I am definitely not against this idea. Because, hey, give me easier access to character rares, sign me up. I am totally down for that. The name is just stupid. I hope they change it, and that's just a early translation.
Yeah, I hope.
All right. So that's all I have on early leaks. So, Ryan, you sir have been pinging our discords. You have been pinging our team chats. How's Team Challenge been doing for you, buddy?
I'm a loser.
Okay, I still say no, but elaborate.
I haven't won. I'm a loser.
Oh, Jesus. That bad, huh?
I've competed in quite a few of them now because Pokemon actually changed it from the last what is this, season 3 now. So the last 2 team challenges that we did before, it was that you could only compete for one store. So obviously I got to compete for Darkside because that's my store. So if you don't win out of the 4 qualifying matches because 4 winners have to be picked, good luck next time. So I'm now 12 losses for Darkside. I'm 4 losses now. Well, actually, no. Yeah, I'm 4 losses for Darkside this season. I'm 3 losses now for Um, Dungeon Thursday's our last one, but I just don't know why I keep trying because, like I said earlier in the episode, it's just, I just don't like online. I do play in the team challenges for locals because I like to help our local TO that runs basically everything in Florida. And
Shout out to Daryl.
yep, shout out Daryl. Um, and I like to keep our participation numbers up. But it's just I might as well just join the game, be like GG and concede because playing all the way to the end just to know that you lost. I mean, it's just a waste of time. You know, I've gotten down to my last prize in every match and I still lose because I'm I mean, let me tell you the decks I've lost to. Sableye Weezing,
Okay.
Jolteon,
Okay.
Sableye Weezing.
Okay.
My favorite today because I played Victini. I lost to Kyogre.
You got destroyed.
That's brutal.
Lost to Suicune.
Oof.
Um,
I mean, that's a hard matchup for you, no matter what.
well, no, I beat Suicune today. So in my match versus Jolteon, I had game. Like, I knocked off her energy. She had 2 cards in hand, and I had Tool Jammer on, so she couldn't use her elemental badge. So what she did was she retreated, and I was like, sick, I got boss in my hand. Marnie. I was like, fuck me, dude. Because that was my last boss that I had in my deck. But I had Pokemon catchers still. And let me tell you, every time I use Pokemon catcher, it's fucking tails, never heads.
Ouch.
Never heads. I've never gotten heads on Pokemon catcher. Never.
Feels bad, man. Feels
That's
bad.
why I say it's not random. If it was random, I would get heads sometimes, but literally I've never gotten heads, so it's not random.
Yeah, you're right. You don't.
Nope.
Shut the fuck up, Manny.
All right. So, see, that's exactly the reason why I told you I refuse. As much as I want to support either any of my personal local stores, which are Dark Side alongside you, Descent into Gaming, or Mez. I don't even know if Mez is doing the team challenge.
He's not.
Yeah, I figure it's not.
You have to be a sanctioned store to do it.
Oh, that's right. He's not. Although I did see his name on the list. I am saying that now.
Good.
For eligible stores.
That's good because they probably, because of COVID, he was probably like, hey, I didn't sign up because I didn't know I was able to, but you could probably backdate that, honestly. And just be like, hey, I've been doing Pokemon for this long, and they'd be like, okay, here you go.
Yeah, sounds about right. Because, like I said, I refuse to do team challenge. I've just basically quit PTCGO cold turkey until live comes out.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to deal with it.
Yep.
Plus, the main deck I want to be testing for right now, I don't have online. So it'll be real nice when we get that crafting system in live.
Well, whatever cards you need, I got you, bro.
All right, I appreciate that. Trying to think of what else. So yeah, team challenge does not sound like it's going good for you.
And it's not that I want to discourage other people to not play in them because they should. Because 1, it's free. 2,
absolutely, yeah.
2, you have 4 chances to win for whatever store you're playing. And this season, you get to play for 3 different stores if you didn't win. So, so technically you have 12 tries to win this season, and if you do win, you get a booster box in real life, and it's gonna most likely be Brilliant Stars booster box, and you
As it
get
should.
a qualifier playmat in real life, and it's gonna be the Flying Shaman for Brilliant Stars artwork.
See, Team Challenge is, well, here's the problem though, and you know this very well. A good friend of ours got screwed over by Darkseid because of the last Team Challenge.
Who?
Clayton.
What Team Challenge?
I don't remember if it was Team Challenge or the Players' Cup, but he was telling me
when Darkseid sold the box or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, he got that. Darkseid made amends with him. If he's still bitching about it,
no, he's not. He's not. He's
okay.
not. I'm just stating also why I'm hesitant towards Darkseid.
Well, no. See, here's the thing about that. The employee that did that is fired. So, I mean,
good.
Yeah.
So real quick, story time, everyone, for those listening. Basically, good friend of ours, Clayton, someone you've known for a very long time, someone who I've worked with for over a year now, and I've been very good friends with, who so did the last team challenge, if I'm recalling correctly, did decently well. I don't know how well he did exactly. And as Ryan previously mentioned, the boxes are sent to the store you represent for you to pick up. An employee at Darkseid, and again, let me preface, like I said, I don't blame Darkseid for this. This was just one rogue employee who wanted to be an idiot. Sold his prize support after it came in and did not tell Clayton. Now, as Ryan said, Darkseid did make amends, but that's still so stupid.
So basically, what happened was, the product went in. Yep. I had a tracking number. Rick was no longer working there, so I could not contact him. So I had to contact Brian. Well, Brian wasn't really answering my messages. So I told Clayton, because he was living next door to it, basically. And I was like, hey, your shit should be there. And when he gets there, he calls me. He goes, yeah, it's not here. And I was like, well, tracking number says it's there. Go dig through the box or go look at the security cameras and go and see if the product was sold. And if it was, I hope Brian makes amends with you. And which happened. Brian did make amends, the store owner. And, the product was sold. That employee was fired because it was thinking of the store at the moment. It's like, man, I want to get the store a quick buck. Got to sell this product right away because Pokemon product was hot and jumping off the shelves no matter where you were, even if you marked the prices up during COVID. So, I mean, he was thinking about the store and not, why are we getting just 2 boxes? Because one was for Clayton, one was for Dan. And where are the mats at? I don't know where the mats went. I forget where those went. But
the
whole box thing was crazy. But that was one thing I told Rick about when I agreed to come back and judge at the store, was any product that comes in, I want to know about it before it even hits the shelf, because I need to make sure that if it's product for Team Challenge or something, that it's not sold. So whenever Daryl's like, hey, all the stuff's shipped out, let me know when it gets to Darkseid, that's when I'm going to message Darkseid and be like, hey, look out for this, it's not to be sold. So if it's sold at that point, that employee is going to get fired.
Rightfully so.
And if I were to, luckily, in the future, get 100%, I would get or work at Darkside part-time, but only doing Pokemon stuff.
Join the club.
Hey, how about you shut the hell up? And, only do Pokemon stuff, but,
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But because I live so far away, I wouldn't want to go up there, so.
I mean, part-time wouldn't be bad.
Well, part-time would basically me be going in on Wednesdays and going there pretty much all day until League, and then run League, and then go home and not go back until the next week.
Like I said, that doesn't sound bad at all to me.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess that just leads to our last little thing of so we've been touching upon it throughout this episode, is validity of testing. And so you and me have talked about this offline many times. Like, we both agree online sucks, but it's not without its benefits. Because I think online, for its faults, does have some good things. It helps you learn matchups that you need to know, and it helps you learn sequencing, especially for some of these decks. Like throwing a deck out there like Mew, where you have to learn, okay, do I Genesect first, or do I go through a Peony or something like that? You know what I mean? I bring up Mew because it's the bane of my existence, both online and in person. It has been since it released. And then we have the two other which are both IRL versions, which are locals, leagues. And then we have the bigger events, cups, challenges, and regionals. I think it's probably safe to agree, both of us can agree that the bigger IRL events are probably the best forms of figuring out what's good, what's meta, etc.
Yeah, because you're gonna be able to look at Limitless TCG and other sites that post deck lists after those types of events and be like, hey, that deck topped. That's what I was playing. Let me see what their list was. Oh, okay, let me make these few tweaks. Go from there.
Yep.
But it's not... A regional is not a place to go to be like, hey, this is my first time ever playing. Figured this is the best way to learn. No, it is not.
No.
You're about to sit through a very long day and
probably hate the game as a result.
Cool if you win, but you're knowing a lot of new players' luck. You're probably gonna play against pro players or more senior players that have played for a while, and you're probably going to be drugged down so much that you're like, man, why did I even get into this game? It's supposed to be fun and everything, but when you're at that level, you're competing for money and points.
I mean, you're talking to someone whose first ever major Pokemon event was a challenge, and I didn't even know, in Florida. Because little tangent, little story. When I keep in mind, I've only been playing for maybe a little more than 4 years now, so not nearly as long as some of our friends. When I first I played little leagues or stuff up in South Carolina where I used to play, but my first actual day where I was like, okay, I'm gonna build a better. When I start to understand the game better, and I built a deck which was Passimian Lycanroc, really rogue and really memey, but it was so much fun. I went to Cool Stuff Games in Maitland, not the one in Tampa, and I went there like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do a league, I'm gonna have fun, I'm gonna figure out this deck and blah blah blah. It was a challenge that day, and I had no idea that it was, because I had to re-sleeve my deck because I was a dummy and did not have all my stuff sleeved. And then I had to do a deck list. I'm like, wait, why would I have the deck list for a league? And I realized, someone told me later, I was like, this is a challenge day. I'm like, oh no. Ended up going 3-2 that event and bubbling out at 9th. I was so annoyed.
But I mean, see, a challenge, I like, even when kids come in, I'm like, hey, it's a challenge, but it's a great way to learn. It's because it's more of a competitive atmosphere instead of a chill, family friendly atmosphere, even though that's what Pokemon should be at 24/7, family friendly, but we all know it's not.
Yep.
But yeah, challenge and regular league nights, best way to learn. Online, like you said, best way to learn matchups, but not the best way to do tournaments.
Absolutely.
Regionals, internets.
You better know what you're doing when you get to that level.
Oh yeah.
Or at least have a basic understanding of what your deck does.
Yep.
Besides that, I mean, the only real thing left is, hey, Brilliant Stars is next week, so we got pre-releases, this weekend and next weekend?
So this weekend is gonna be at Diggs on Saturday, and then next Sunday is mine at Darkside.
Next Sunday?
Yeah, the 20th.
Damn it, why couldn't you just replace League Night with it?
Because I want kids to come out to it.
I know, and I respect. I'm fine with that. I keep meaning to ask Joe this: are the pre-release replacing Pokemon this week, like our normal League Night?
Yes.
Cool. So I can actually play. Bet.
Because we have the early release and then we have the later release on Saturday. They're doing 2.
Yeah, I need to talk to Joe and talk to Gene, who's our local shop owner, because this weekend is also Magic pre-release. So I'm wondering how he's gonna figure that shit out.
Magic pre-release is always at midnight.
Yes, but there are some throughout the weekends.
Well, yeah, Gene always does his at midnight.
Yeah, I know, but there's also some during Saturdays. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, yeah. If he's doing it Saturday, then he's doing it at midnight.
Yeah.
Is it Magic Cards or a Magic Game?
No, like Magic Tricks, like pull a bunny out of the hat.
Hey, no,
it was.
He's trying.
I know. Magic the Gathering, the card game.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about that because I always see those at the BX.
Yeah, they come out with a new set like every fucking 2 days, it seems like.
So this can be a whole other discussion for a whole other episode regarding Magic versus Pokemon. But so Magic basically so Magic and Pokemon follow very similar release schedules in terms of main sets.
But when you go into mini sets or subsets,
no. See, there's no such thing as a mini set in Magic.
Oh, I know. The mini set is like 1 card less than the fucking main set.
A main set, yep. Like, because they're called supplemental sets in Magic. Because Pokemon has Magic beat in terms of number of individual products released every year, but in sheer mass of cards, Magic destroys Pokemon.
Oh yeah, 100%. And money-wise, they destroy Pokemon.
Yep.
But here's the thing. What card game out of every card game is the easiest to learn?
Oh, Pokemon, not even close.
What card game is the hardest to learn?
I mean, I'm probably wrong here, but I stand by Yu-Gi-Oh. Screw that game.
Yes, I agree 110%. Mine from easiest to hardest goes it's Pokemon, then it okay, let me say this now. I don't know anything about the newer uh trading card games that are out there, so I can't really say much about them. But the ones that I do know, only 4 of them: Pokemon, Dragon Ball Super,
Yeah,
Magic,
Super's not bad.
then Yu-Gi-Oh! From easiest to hardest.
So
So
regarding difficulty with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, I know we're going on a tangent right now, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Base game is more complicated than Magic, but when you get into specific interactions, Magic is extremely complicated.
Okay, when you say base game, are you talking about like 2000, or are you talking about
No, I mean like if we're talking the game as it stands right now,
Oh, got it.
playing it normally without getting into specific things, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is more complicated. But when you get into interactions between cards, Magic beats Yu-Gi-Oh! In terms of complicatedness.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But Yu-Gi-Oh! These days is like I was telling Manny the other day. I went on a rant with him. Um, I was like, all right, let me tell you about Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! These days is when I was thinking about getting back into it because Clayton was like, dude, you should, because I am, and we could play together and test together and blah blah blah. I was like, okay. The only deck I know how to play though is Gravekeepers, because that's what I played. It was a very simple deck, but when he's like, "Hey, here's the deck on eBay," someone selling it for $40, but it had a side deck. I was like, "What the fuck is this side deck? I don't know nothing about no side deck." So basically, he's like, "All right, do you want to go first or second?" I was like, "I don't like. What do you suggest?" He's like, "Against my deck, you probably would want to go second, so you could attack first." And I was like, "Okay." So I went second, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna attack," because he had no Pokemon on the field, or no monsters on the field. But basically, when I called my attack, he's like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna destroy this dragon out of my hand, and it lets me summon this dragon. When I summon this dragon, I can synchro summon these 3 dragons. When these 3 dragons are summoned, I can fucking destroy these 3 dragons, destroy your monsters on the field. If I destroy your monsters on the field, then I can special summon these 2 dragons, and these 2 dragons both have 3,000 attack points, and but I'm gonna also play this spell card and this other spell card, and I'm gonna give them both 5,000 attack points, and then it's game." And I'm just like, what the fuck? I didn't even finish my first turn.
I'm gonna cut you off real quick, because we can all agree if you played Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day, it was a lot better.
Oh my god, 100%. Yu-Gi-Oh! was so great.
If someone ever wanted me to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, I would play GOAT format, which is the simplest thing from what I understand. But
oh no, I would only play 2000's version of Yu-Gi-Oh! When it first came out. 100%.
I agree. I cannot stand the game. Like people, like when Master Duel came out, that new game on Steam.
Yeah.
So many of my friends, who are outside of our playgroup, who know what I do for a living, asked, "Hey, Jacob, are you going to play Master Duel?" I am just like, I want absolutely nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! I do not care what this thing is. Because I tried Duel Links. I tried some of the other supplemental games. I just do not enjoy the game. I have tried.
Yeah, I stopped enjoying it after basically, like, I did a little bit of Duel Links. Forget what the website was. Maybe it was Duel Links, but it was taken down.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember it either.
I don't remember, but I played that. You could build basically any deck that you wanted. Play online. You could call a judge into your game and everything on the website, and See, that right there is a way to run a freaking online tournament, is if you're able to call a judge into your room. that
For real.
that right there is a good thing. But anyway.
I honestly cannot think of anything else to talk about for this week. The bigger topic I want, a big topic I want to talk about, which is decks to watch and all that. I want to wait till next week when we have Cookie and when we start to actually get some of these Brilliant Stars cards in our hands.
Yeah.
So, I guess at this point, do you have any final thoughts before we, I guess we sign off for the week? It doesn't have to, so actually, let me talk about this right now. So something there's a Magic podcast I really enjoy called The Command Zone, and they do something called the End Step, which is something cool outside the world of Magic. So in our case, outside the world of Pokemon. So I guess we can call it I hate to use this word. I guess we can call it for you two who know PT for our military. We can call this the cooldown. Do you two have anything really to bring up before we peace out?
The next stretch will be
Stop.
Ready?
Cool down.
Stretch. 1,000, 1,000, 2.
Okay, he's taking it way too literally.
That's definitely an LT thing to say. Cool down.
Shut up.
Well, the only thing I gotta say is, oh my God, Lieutenant Dan, you got legs!
God damn it.
For all of those that don't know, Mr. Person over here,
Which
you
one?
know, Mr. Jacob over here is a lieutenant for the United States Army. And, you know,
if they didn't know that from the first 2 episodes in our military talk, I don't know what to say at this point.
well, you know,
I know
some people are a little slow.
People don't always start with the first episode of a podcast.
You know, I made jokes about Lieutenant Dan and stuff, but people may have not gotten it.
You are literally getting me a Lieutenant Dan playmat for Orlando. I still refuse to use it, but I know it's not going to stop me.
Oh no, you're gonna get it because when you sit down, we're gonna come up as a team behind you, yank all your shit away, and then put the mat down and be like, "Here's your mat, bye," and then we're gonna run away, and then they're gonna be like, "You can start," and you're gonna be like, "Shit, I can't do anything." Well, it's either I play on this dirty ass table or I play on this mat. Well, I might as well play on the mat.
There's only one appropriate response to that, LT, and that's drafting up a fake LOC.
A what?
Letter of counseling.
Oh, okay.
Listen, let me go, if you really want, let me go get you my letter of counseling for losing the fucking game from my supervisor, John, in the Air Force. I
am not that LT. I know LTs who are like that. I am not that LT.
That LT that jokes around?
I am that. You talk to me on almost daily basis.
I know, but that's what the LOC was. It was a joke.
Oh, was it real? Well, okay, I'm not familiar with Air Force versus Army. Give me a break.
Well, so it was basically... Do you know what the game is?
I just lost it, so yes.
Okay, thank God. So basically, it was what kept me, my friend Nicole, and my friend... Well, my supervisor at the time, but my friend now, John... it kept a lot of us going, and at the beginning it was just us three, and then we started getting other people involved, and it was a lot funnier because like higher up started seeing us doing it, and like I remember I was hiding in the bush one day and I didn't see our freaking chief walking by.
Oh, no.
I just see John walk out the door, and I don't see the chief standing there. And John's like snaps a parade rest really quick, and I jump out the bush, and I'm like, "You lost the game!" Oh, hey, chief. Good morning. I know it's 5 in the morning, but hey.
No, it's like, gotcha, hi, chief. Fuck.
The best story I have from the military, let me tell you. Hey, Carl, how's it going? Oh, Ryan, have you been deployed? No, sir, I have not. I have an eye condition. I'm not allowed to be deployed. Oh, why are your boots so dirty? Oh, I've actually had these boots since the beginning of tech school. Once I got out of basic, I bought new boots because the ones from basic were very, very uncomfortable. Oh, yes. Yeah, you should probably get new ones. And I was like, yes, sir, I'll get right on that. Next thing I know, that man brought me a new fucking pair of boots at the gate.
Oh.
He bought me, with his own money, a new pair of boots. Let me tell you that my squadron yelled at me, gave me paperwork, and all sorts of other shit because someone out of the goodness of their heart bought me a pair of boots. Yes, it was our group commander, so Army terms, it was not your company commander, but your battalion commander.
Yeah, BC.
Yeah. So it was your battalion commander basically came to the gate and fucking bought me a pair of boots.
Wow. That was not where I was expecting that story to go. That's actually a really nice ending. Yeah. Besides the fact you got chewed out.
Yeah. Well, I got chewed out because our senior master sergeant was like, why didn't you determine his boots were dirty in morning formation when you guys were doing guard mount, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God. So I got in trouble because basically I knew my boots were dirty and I should have bought new ones. And I'm like, no, they're dirty because we're security forces and I don't have $200 to spend or more for boots every 3 months because boots get dirty, and when you use the products to clean them, they get fucking nasty looking. Because it's not like the army boots where they were like easy to fucking clean. I mean, my army boots that I bought when I was doing ROTC and shit, those were easy to fucking clean for me, but my Air Force boots were not easy to clean.
No good deed goes unpunished.
It's that shitty material for the sage green boots that makes it
hard to clean. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's not the mesh material, it's the fucking like fuzzy part on the part of the toe area because I wore the MTI boots.
I was tempted to get those before just to wear them with my honor guard uniform and have the metal cheaters on the side.
I still have my pair of boots with the metal clacks on the side because I did the drill team with, or whatever. Yeah, the drill team with in tech school for like a day.
I'm so
not
glad
really
that
a day, but
right before I left the military and honor guard, I was able to get a brand new pair of dress shoes issued, which the ones from basic don't fit anymore. And thank God I'm using those when I get married, because the last pair, I'm not kidding, the whole bottom of the sole, that shit ripped right off from all the funerals.
Oh no.
Yeah, I learned in tech school about my foot size being not a regular foot size, being a wide foot size.
I'm grateful for one thing, though. There's been people that, when we do funerals for honor guard, people have actually fallen into the dug-in hole where the casket should go. That's never happened to me.
Nice. I do have one little, I guess, recommendation in terms of something cool At least I think it's fucking awesome because I just finished this series today, earlier today during work.
You were watching TV during work?
Listening. Don't twist my words.
Mm.
So if you listen to us, you obviously listen to other podcasts. And they actually just turned this into a TV show on Netflix. Highly recommend Archive 81. If you like horror, if you like really fucked up mind fucky shit, cannot recommend it anymore. Apparently, the first season only covers the first season of the podcast, so it doesn't even get to the really good stuff. But cannot recommend it enough.
Oh my god!
To add on to
if you want to do another day and you want to talk about stuff like that, add more content and stuff. Oh my god, I would love to talk about horror stuff.
If either of you guys watch have the service Peacock, there's something on there called Project Blue Book, which talks about the conspiracy theories about the United States Air Force that goes back to
that sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
It's actually
I guess that's it from us. So for SRQ PokeVets, I'm Jacob.
I'm Ryan, and BT Dubs. I ordered a team flag, custom flag, and an SRQ PokeVets custom flag 3x5.
Let's go.
Let's go. Should be here before Orlando.
Hey, we'll probably say this more when we actually get there. But hey, if you are gonna be in Orlando, look out for us.
Hell yeah! All right.
Anyway,
Deuces.
peace.